Hi, how you're doing? Welcome back to Where Pilgrims Walk. Happy New Year to all Plymouth Argyle fans. And we're starting out with a thank you to Wayne Rooney. Why? Well, more on that in a second. Plus, who do our Plymouth fans want next as the next guy in the hot seat? It shouldn't be anyone from Liverpool, put it that way. Plus, what improved at Stoke? We're previewing the game at Brentford. And who do these guys want as the first signings in the January window? Welcome to Where Pilgrims Walk. It's 20 minutes of Plymouth Argyle chat. Thank you very much for all your help and support. If you can help us a little bit more, our target is, of course, to get to 100 subscribers by the end of this month. Can you help us do that by clicking on the subscribe button? Right, let's jump straight into this then, shall we, Jaden? I'll get my screen right in order. Happy New Year to you first, Jaden. How are you?
I'm good, thanks, Mark. How are you?
Yeah, good, thank you. You didn't travel to Stoke like Chris, did you? Like he's
I didn't.
daft o'clock in the morning. What time were you up, Chris?
2:30 in the morning. Got the coach at 4:00.
Absolute madness.
Fair play to Stoke, though, for the cheap tickets.
Oh, yeah, absolutely, yeah. 10 quid, wasn't it? Yeah, brilliant. All right, then. So what we've been talking about actually then happened. I mean, after the Coventry game, Jaden, were you crying out for the boot to be kicked and Wayne to be deposited? Should it happen a game sooner than it did?
After the Oxford game, I was, yeah. I said, yeah, after that game, I thought he had to go. And he did. New Year's Eve, there was a pleasant surprise for us Argyle fans.
Yeah, I mean, Chris's position become quite untenable, hadn't it, given the Oxford result?
It was, to be fair. I mean, we went to, I was up at Coventry, a complete debacle, Mark, on the pitch. 4-0 down at half-time, tells its own story. And in the second half, it was only Dan Grimshaw that kept the score down. It could easily have been 7. We had Mustafa Bundu injured with an hamstring injury. Connor, sorry, what's he called, came on. And Callum Wright. And he came on and within minutes got himself sent off. Absolutely shocking. We moved on from Boxing Day then to Oxford away, 2-0. We were slightly better, but not much better. And with those two games coming thick and fast for Christmas, with the transfer window ahead of us, it was only a matter of time when Wayne was going to leave. And to be fair to the guy, he left absolutely class manager. I wished him all the best as a manager, but I really don't think he's going to be in football as management again. He'll probably go into punditry at something with his off-the-field issues, which I don't want to go into length about, but he was stitched up on many occasions with those, and when it led into his professional career on the pitch, I don't think it was room for him to be at any football club at the moment.
Yeah, we've led with thank you, Wayne, because Jaden, managers can dig their heels in, can't they, and ask to be sat. But in this instance, he's shown he has never been about the money for him, and he's left on mutual terms, which means, of course, financially, Plymouth don't owe him anything in wages over the next coming month. The money that was going to be his wages can be used to getting a new manager or spend on new players. So, do Plymouth Argyle fans need to respect that a little bit and say thank you?
Definitely. It's easy to say that's only right, and he should have walked away anyway because of the results and all that kind of thing. But Ian Foster did the opposite, didn't he? He took money after he left and all of that, and left us in a bit of trouble. So, we definitely have to thank Wayne for that. And yeah, he hasn't left us too bad. So, we have to thank him for that.
Chris, I mean, the last word on Rooney. Obviously, he's brought, as you've mentioned time and time again, a lot of publicity to Plymouth that you wouldn't ordinarily get. Plymouth has been in the conversations of people who've never looked at a Plymouth game before. Your stock has risen because of Rooney. So, did the club owe him that little bit much as well for putting Plymouth on the footballing map without any disrespect?
Yeah, without a doubt, Mark. I mean, that man, he didn't need a job in football. He certainly didn't need the money, did he? But he wanted to be successful, and unfortunately, we suffered an awful lot with injuries. That's not the only downfall, but I don't care if you could have been Alex Ferguson in his prime. You can only work with what you've got in front of you, and he couldn't have done any better than that. Wayne, I don't think, at that time. Wayne left the club as he joined us. A classy exit, to be fair to him, and I'll take me out off to him.
Okay. Should we talk about Deuce Nip as well while we're here, Jayden? Your thoughts on him and his departure?
I'm glad he's gone, to be honest. He's been a, I don't know. I'm just glad he's gone. Yeah, everyone's been calling out for it, haven't they, for a while now, a few months, and it's finally happened. So let's hope it's only up from here.
Chris, any nice words to say?
No, not really. I think he's been a bit of a thorn in our side. He certainly likes people from Liverpool being our manager, as we found out on the last 4 occasions, and a lot of them to our detriment. It hasn't officially been announced, actually, that he's left, but I know for a fact he has gone. We're just waiting for the announcement. No doubt that'll be announced at the same time the new manager does get announced.
Okay. Right. Nicely segued, Chris. Thank you. Into the next question, which is discussions of the next manager. Now, let's get the obvious one out of the way, shall we? The one that seems to be dividing people on social media. Stephen Schumacher, Jayden. Would you have him back?
I would. I think most Argyle fans would at the minute. The way that everything's going, it sounds like the club are talking to him, along with some other people. But the news has just come out that we was looking for the Walsall manager, and he's turned us down now. So I think he's one of the most viable options at the minute, and I'd happily take him back. The way it's swinging.
Okay. Chris, I've heard all kinds of names from Neil Lennon to Claude Makalele and all kinds of other weird and wonderful names. What's been the weirdest name you've heard being mentioned, and who do you want?
Oh, the weirdest name's probably John Terry. I know for a fact that they've interviewed 7 people for the job, and I know 3 of them have been Neil Harris, the ex-Millwall, David Wagner, and shocked, Stephen Schumacher. My head says I don't want Shuey. I really don't. Not the way he left us and took 5 of our coaches at that time, and the way he did it, he went about everything but the reasons why he left, and we all know they were financial. He was given a big payout to go to Stoke, and I'm not going to knock him for that because most people would have done the same. But come out and say it. Not all the intricacies of why he left, other than financial. It's purely obvious why he left. I wouldn't have him back, but my heart says, yeah, I can understand why people want him back, because he knows the club, he knows the board, he knows some of the players out there. So there's obvious reasons why he would be a good candidate. And if he happened to be the next manager, I would back him 100%. But personally, I don't want him in their club. I would have David Wagner forward to him every time.
They say never go back, don't they? Never usually works. But I mean, Jayden, when we were on here last year under Shuey, you were playing some decent stuff under him, weren't you?
We were. I just think it's an easy option in terms of where we are now. Hiring someone, I just think to go back to someone who knows the club inside out is going to get us playing again, like we did against Stoke. Started off playing half decent stuff again. Obviously battled out a 0-0 draw. If we want to go back to playing the way we were, then I think he's probably the best option to start us getting going like that.
Okay. I know the option for keeping you in the league is definitely Neil Harris, though. I mean, you won't like the football, but he would probably keep you up. Right. All right. Let's move on. Before we move on, let us know in the comments below, who do you want as the next manager, and are we right to thank Wayne for what he's done? Like you say, he's a class manager, but class guy, poor manager. Let's have it that way around. And all right then. So FA Cup then to come. Chris, without being funny, could you care 2 hoots about this year's FA Cup?
Not really, Mark. I mean, it's a free hit for us, isn't it? We can go up there, we can enjoy ourselves. It's a nice day out. the only hope I get is the fact that in 2 years ago, February 2022, we did the same scenario with Chelsea. They were European champions at the time. We went up there, didn't not only give them a game. If it wasn't for COVID, we'd have brought them back to home part as a draw, because after 90 minutes, it was one each. But a result had to be done on the day. So with that, we went into extra time, lost 2-1. We missed a penalty in the last few minutes to make it 2 each. It could have gone to penalties then. And that was Chelsea on their patch. And they were the top dogs in London at the time. So that gives me hope, but it's only a smaller amount of hope. I'm just going to go up there, enjoy the day, and I'm going to enjoy watching the man that I mentioned a couple of months ago that would be signing in January, if you can't remember, Michael Bay.
Yeah, that's
I'm
right.
going to get that one in because I said it was a done deal, and the done deal has happened. And that's likely to be his first game. So it's nice to go up there and support the team and watch that guy and see what he's all about.
Absolutely. Let's have a quick look at Plymouth's pedigree, shall we, in the FA Cup. I mean, you've had some tough oppositions, haven't you? We mentioned you ran into Chelsea in the fourth round. You've had Liverpool there. You can see which one of those hurts the most, Jayden. Can you remember? You remember far back as Dorchester? Chris, you remember Dorchester in the first round?
Absolutely, yeah, up there, yeah. Well,
Stourbridge.
It's one of those where you just want to bury your head in the sand, isn't it? Really, But we've had some good ones as well. You left out there where we got through to the semi-final. The magic one in was it 74 against?
The screen doesn't let me go that far.
Watford, yeah, and we could have played your lot at Everton.
That's right,
and we'd have played better than what Watford did in the final against Everton. We'd have given them more of a game, and they only beat us 1-0 at Villa Park, and that was our historic moment, really.
Okay. Well, if you were at the Dorchester or Stourbridge games in 2011 or 2012, let us know in the comments below. That is credit to you. Jayden, you care less? I mean, Brentford could win 2-0 easily, and then you focus back on the league. Yeah, good day out for everybody. Everyone's happy.
Yeah, definitely. I just have a feeling that something's going to happen. I don't know why.
Okay.
I think Brentford, I don't think they've lost at home this season, and we haven't won away this season. So, and it's the FA Cup. It's just telling me that we're going to win. I don't know what it is.
Okay.
Weird.
All right.
Look at the FA Cup.
Sorry, I mentioned the Watford game in 74. I don't know what was on my mind there. It was 83.
83, 84, wasn't it? Yeah. Okay, right. Well, Jayden's delirious with FA Cup magic. What was different at Stoke, by the way? Our Stoke fans were saying you just parked the bus and you were very good at parking the bus, something you haven't done A, this season at all, and B, very well at all when you have tried it. Chris, what was different?
I'll tell you what, Mark, it was brilliant. We stoked Stoke. They ought to get used to it. They were playing the same for a couple of seasons under Tony Pulis. It's just that, in the words of Corporal Fraser, they don't want to get up them. And, it was brilliant. Yeah, we did a Wickham on them, and I hated watching Wickham. Flipping awful. And we went up there and did that, and we were diving, we were this. And we played the nasty side of football, but we came away with a draw, and we came away with our first clean sheet of the season. Take that every time away.
Absolutely. And it bust a lot of coupons, I have to be honest with you, as well. Everyone put Plymouth down as another away loss. You're at the bottom of the table, obviously, but you're not rooted to the bottom, are you? You're still within touching distance, a couple of wins, and it's a big month in January, which we're going to preview, of course, next week when we return on this channel as well. But our final question this week is about players and signings. Let's go through some of the rumours then that you've heard, Chris, or names that you would love to get in. Who would you want to see in a green and white shirt from the end of January?
Well, I don't know about players, but I know about positions, and some of the positions and the players that we've been has been mentioned has been perfectly right where we need them. There's somebody called Thomas Wozrick or something, a Polish left back we'll take in because we're desperate in that area. So that's a necessity. We've got a guy called Joe Lowe, a centre back from Wickham. Playing for Wickham at centre back, I would hazard a guess he embattled his job. So a 22-year-old Welsh guy, we'd have him. And more importantly, at the moment, a priority for me has got to be a striker. And we've been linked with a guy called Alessandro Giotta a striker from Notts County, 25-year-old Gambian. Well, he scored 12 goals in 19 games this season, 5 goals in 10 games last season. He knows where the net is. Let's have him. Brilliant.
Jaden, any to add to that?
Yeah, Josh Lowe, I completely agree with. He's meant to be really, really good, exciting prospect. And yeah, I think we need to strengthen that area. Jaden Dans, now he's a pretty big name. If we can get him on loan, I think that's going to be massive for us. And he's going to add some goals and replace Archie Gray, which we really need now he's gone, confirmed to leave.
Okay. Let us know in the comments of any others that you would wish to add. Thank you very much, both of you. Enjoy your trip to Brentford. Nice little away trip, isn't it? That one. Decent. It's a decent stadium as well. Enjoy that one. Let us know how you get on. Of course, next week we'll be rooting for you. Jaden thinks something's going to happen. we will see. We will see you next week. All right. Thank you very much for joining us, and you too. Let us know what you think in the comments. Drop us a like and drop us a subscribe, and enjoy the Brentford game. See you next week.